Hey everybody, Danielle Bean here. Together with my husband Dan, I am co-author of the Manual for Marriage, which is newly launched from tanbooks.com. You can check it out over there. But today I'm going to check it out here because we got a box of the books, and it's always exciting for an author when they first get to open up a box of the book when it releases and actually hold it in their hands after working on it. So I was going to share with you my opening of the box of books, which I've already started it. Okay, I cheated. I cut this a little bit beforehand so I wouldn't be killing myself here. But we're going to take a look at this newest manual. So there's a series of manuals that are available through Tan Books. I was privileged to be the author of the Manual for Women, which was focused on our womanly vocation. And there's a whole bunch of other ones. The Manual for Men is very popular. I bought that one for my husband years ago. And the Manual for Spiritual Warfare, for adoration, all these different manuals that focus on different parts of our lives and our callings inside of the Catholic faith. And Dan and I were really honored to be asked to author this one, which is the Manual for Marriage. There it is. So it comes wrapped like this, and you can see here it says the title, Manual for Marriage, Dan and Danielle Bean, right there. And there's a little description on the back, so you can know this if you're looking to buy this as a gift for someone, that it comes wrapped this way. But when you take this off, this is like the manual for women. When you take off this outside cover of plastic, then that cardboard just goes away, and it becomes this beautiful gift book. Oh, this is lovely. So nothing on the cover, right? So it's a very prayerful experience, and on the back just the imprint from Tan. And so I'm thrilled by the way this book looks and feels, and I knew I wouldn't be disappointed because I love the way the Manual for Women looks and feels, and it's perfect for women. But this one is focused on marriage, so it has this beautiful symbol, right? And on the side, it says the Manual for Marriage. And on the inside, this is what's so great about these manuals, is they make such great gifts. There's a page on the inside where you can put in presented to and write in the occasion and write a little personal note. What a great idea for a couple, right? Someone that's getting married, newly engaged, maybe an anniversary gift for somebody that you know, or your own parents, or an anniversary gift for yourself, right? So Dan and I have been married for 26 years, and writing this book was a really fun project. It was a challenging project, to be sure, because I've written books before, but always on my own, my own schedule, my own time, my own plan, right? But coming together with Dan and making a plan for writing this book together was really a great process. Even though it was challenging in some ways because we hadn't done that kind of work before, it really was a wonderful thing to be able to come together and focus on, like, what is marriage? What are we talking about here? What do we want to say about marriage? What is important for us to talk about with regard to the vocation of marriage? And so the first part of this book, like all of the manuals, is in essay form, right? And that's the part that Dan and I wrote. And I'll share with you the structure of that, if I can go through the table of contents here. So part 1, Made in Heaven, the extraordinary vocation to marriage. So we broke up that section into different themes. So we talked about marriage as vocation, marriage as sacrament, to become one, where we really talked about the unity that we're meant to experience inside of marriage. Love as a choice, the idea of making sacrifices inside of our married lives. Mutual love, talking about the differences between the sexes. Yes, there are differences between the sexes, and they matter a lot inside of your relationship of marriage. And then home and family life, right? The idea that our marriage is supposed to be fruitful, and for many of us that means having children. And then how do we live out our faith lives inside of our domestic church? And so the way the book is structured, there's on each of these topics. So in this one, marriage as sacrament, the first take on it is me, and it has my name, Danielle, and then Dan's part on that same theme. So then it says his name. So it's kind of back and forth between our two voices. But then the second part of the book, haven't even gotten to the second part yet. So you have that reflective essay in the front part. And then the second part is all of these beautiful resources for marriage. There's quotes from the lives of the saints. There's scripture passages, teachings of the church on marriage, hymns, prayers, all these wonderful resources. That's why it feels and looks so much like a reflective prayer book, because that's truly what it's meant to be, a true resource. So we hope that what we share inside of the essays will inspire you to think about your vocation to marriage and what that means. But then the second part is really meant to help you to go further inside of your own spiritual life, inside of your own prayer life as individuals, but also as a couple. To be taking advantage of these beautiful resources that are available, and hope will be inspiring you on a daily basis to be truly living out your sacrament, your vocation to holy matrimony. So that's it. You can go to tanbooks.com and check out your version of the Manual for Marriage, newly available from Dan and Danielle Bean. Again, tanbooks.com. Go and check it out. Order one for yourself as a gift for your spouse, or order one for somebody who's celebrating the sacrament of marriage for the first time, or an anniversary of any kind. Thanks so much for taking part in this little experiment with me. God bless you, and God bless your marriage.